Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are watching from. It is 11 a.m. Nigeria, West African time. I'm broadcasting live from Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Solo.amahaotu. I welcome you to my 123rd broadcast. I've been off air for some weeks now because I'm concentrating on the assignment admin gave to us to recruit and recruit and recruit. And then it compensates us by through the Bitcoin contest and through the bonus you get by bringing in new recruits, and you get 50% of the admin fee. I am broadcasting today because there is something I saw on the blog. Ladies and gentlemen, you know that the blog is our daily Bible, I may say, our daily nourishment source of information, both of affairs of Tbc community and of affairs that concerns the world economically, generally. So there's a post that been put up 2 or 3 days ago. I've been listening and listening it over and over again, and I want to bring it to the attention of Tbcans and non-Tbcans alike, that if you listen to that broadcast, then nobody will tell you what is happening. We are at the end point. We are now on the countdown to the doomsday. Let me go to the blog quickly so that all of us will be on the same page. Let me share my screen now. So we'll go to the blog quickly. There's the blog now. Okay, let's go to the blog. Let me reduce this. And then we'll go to the blog. The Billion Coin blog. Okay. Let me quickly go through the blog for today. This one says we reset the seat counter for RSVP to leadership conference in Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, in the next 1 week or two now, there'll be leadership conference in the Philippines where our S. Fletcher and Mbe Derek, the heavy hitters, will be the guest speakers. This particular article here is advising everybody that booked through this RSVP to please make the proper booking by contacting the organizers of this conference. That is Mr. Nolly. So please do that so that you are sure of your seat. The spaces are almost gone. 192 seats only available now. So please, you do that. And then this one says, our focus on bringing in new members is awakening the old members to be more active. That's Mbe Derek during one of his training periods. So it's obvious that any member of TBC who is not awake now will surely sleep forever, because this is the time to be awake and up and doing. Look, a lot is happening in the world, a lot is happening in TBC in particular, that you cannot afford to sleep now. All organizational skills you have, all marketing skills you have, it is now you have to make use of it. One, because we have agreed to get into our economic stage come November 30th. Mr. Abundance proposed that. It seems admin has accepted it because he has never said anything against it. And I support it, and many other members, almost everybody supports it, because we think we are going to make it then. So, and for us to make it then, we have to hit the 1 billion mark of verifiable members, paid members. So it is expedient on all of us now to get up and walk. Get up and walk. If for nothing, the next item I'm going to show you here now will make you to get up and walk and show up your own crinkles, your own riches in TBC, because we are now on the countdown to the demise of the fiat currency. This is the countdown. The countdown for the death of the fiat currency has begun. One of the biggest banks in the world, one of the most stable banks in the world, the Deutsche Bank of Germany, is retrenching 18,000 people. Ladies and gentlemen, 18,000 workers. And why are they doing that? They are doing that because they have discovered that the fiat currency is on its way to its grave. This is a countdown, gentlemen. What else do we need to hear? What else do we need to motivate us than what Christian Lagarde, the World Bank MD, said that she has advised all the central banks in the world to quickly begin to look into cryptocurrency, because there is no going back on cryptocurrency, and there is no going back on the death of the fiat currency. The German Deutsche Bank now is confirming this from this video. Please, if you are a member of TBC, or if you are a human being who cares for his future, or the future of his children or grandchildren or great-grandchildren, you should please listen to this video. This video is unbelievable. Admin, TBC admin is a wonderful man. How he has the time to fish out all these things, I cannot imagine. I'm having problem trying to do my regular daily job and do my most essential job of recruiting and getting on the leadership board of the Bitcoin contest. And I want to have more than 24 hours a day. 25, 48 hours a day is not even enough for me. But still, admin is able within these 24 hours to take care of TBC, such a big organization as TBC community, and then go around getting us such very important information that everybody who is thinking of his future and the future of generations to come should always listen to. This video is very, 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 very important. You better listen to it because it tells us how Deutsche Bank is winding down. Naturally, by the time you are laying off 18,000 of your workers, you're winding down. But they're not winding down only in manpower. They are winding up in investment in cryptocurrency. Even there's a suspicion that they've started acquiring cryptocurrency now in preparation for what is the doomsday. So any Tbician who is not paying attention to this and is waking up and making hay while the sun shines, he has himself to blame. He cannot say he did not hear. You cannot say he did not hear, because if you have been going through the blog, which is mandatory, you're not forced, but from the desire to get knowledge and to get information and education, you have to go to the blog every day. And if you do, and you don't take your time to study the way our brother Steve Coffey always say that he's a student of the blog. If you don't take your time to study the blog, you will miss a lot of things. This article here is unbelievable. It's necessary that everybody should look at it and pick it up and send to all their relatives, all those naysayers, those who don't want to believe in what is coming. You give it to them as a warning, whether they take it or not is their business, but you do your own job and send it to them and show them the way out. And the only way out is TBC, because TBC is one and the only currency in the world that is not public. And ladies and gentlemen, you know that anything that is public is on the doom's avenue, is on the way to doom, because the governments will begin to regulate it, the airlines will begin to infiltrate it, they will begin to buy it up, they will begin to dump it and raise it and put it down and bring it up and let it be fluctuating until they crash it the way they've crashed, or the way they're crashing the fiat currency now. So, gentlemen, we are at the threshold of our success. Anybody that is not in TBC now, if he is your beloved one, please sit down and educate them. Show them what is happening and what is going to happen. If they don't believe, then you have done your bit. Remember what admin told us, SW, SW, SW. Some will, some won't, so what? But first of all, you must show them first. Those who will, will. Those who won't, won't. So what? We'll continue, because our march is only forward ever, backwards never. We are never going back. And nothing will stop us. gentlemen, this is the countdown. The countdown has begun. The countdown to the demise and crashing, the final burial of fiat currency has begun. Anybody who has ears to hear, let him hear. Those who don't want to hear, sorry for them. There's nothing anybody can do to help them. The die is cast. The die is cast. Those of us who are lucky to belong to this wonderful platform, by the time we get 1 billion people and we have our own economy, I have the premonition, I have the feeling that it is our currency that will still keep the world afloat. It is Tbc that will keep the world on its feet. Because by the time everything gets crashing, tumbling down, the only currency that will keep the world going is Tbc. And if you don't make hay now to acquire this coin now that is cheap, not that you can acquire one coin that is above 9 million now, but you can acquire it through other means. If you do a transaction of 40 grains of gold, by November, you will get 1 full coin of Tbc. And that by November, by the time we get to our 1 billion paid up members, the coin will be over 2 billion euros. You remember? It will be 1 billion grain of gold, and the grain of gold is around $2.5 now. So it's around $2.5 billion one of our coins will be. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time to open your eyes and do the needful. You have to acquire this money now. Not tomorrow, not next tomorrow, now. For your own good. For your own good. Gentlemen, this is the reason why I am doing this broadcast today, because of this particular video that has been posted here. I've sent it to everybody that I know, especially those that think they know much but know nothing. I've sent it to them and told them, if you want to listen to it, good. If you want to hear, hear. But if you don't hear, sorry. By the time the avalanche begins to roll down, you will have only yourself to blame. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is important that everybody should go and listen to that video. Now, let me quickly touch on a few things that has happened in between. 33 left. That is about the Philippine Leaders Conference. And this one says, why do winners win consistently? Posters. This one is a poster from admin. Why do they win consistently? Only you know how to answer that question correctly. You can become a consistent winner too. Yes, you become a consistent winner when you are a consistent believer. When you are a consistent believer in our mission in Tbc. Because when you are a consistent believer, you will have proper education, you acquire enough knowledge to go out and recruit people. Your cash flow, you win Bitcoin contests, you get bonuses everywhere, you do everything possible, like Mbe and Fletcher are doing, and Dr. Chuma is also doing in Nigeria. That is what I'm preparing myself in. In the next 1 or 2 weeks, I will explode. I will explode in Lagos here, and the whole Lagos will be on fire, because there is nobody in Lagos that will not hear about TBC from my own plan now, because I think I've wasted a lot of time. The time is now, and there's no going back. So they consistently win because they are consistent in what they are doing. Day in, day out, they are working on TBC. They are not looking sideways. They have their target and they are going for it. Look at how Mbe went from small, and now he's become a heavy hitter. Can you believe that? A heavy hitter. Mbe has become a heavy hitter, that he's going for 1,000 people within 1 month. He has already made over 500 last week. And I'm sure he's going to make over almost 2,000 this month. My dear friends, and do you know what benefit he derives from that? By the time he gets up to $17,000 for 1,000 people, my dear friend, by all calculations, by all standards, is a lot of money, especially from this part of the world we're coming from, Africa, Nigeria. So, and this one says, Mbe and Fletcher are on fire. They are on fire. They are on fire. Those two guys, 3 of them with Adiche, they are on fire, because, look, we'll have to join them. And admin has even made it easier now for us to join them, because during the last send button meeting, where is it now? It was announced that the Bitcoin contest will be in 3 languages now. You have the English, which is the one we are all doing now. Then you have the Tagalog, and then you have the French. And admin has I think I have to go to page 2 here, because the same button meeting has moved from here. So let's see where it is. The last same button meeting, that's what I want to get at quickly. Where is the same button meeting? It's not here. But suffice it to say, ladies and gentlemen, admin has split the Bitcoin contest into 3 now. There will be 9 winners every week now, starting from this week, I think. There will be winners according to the language. For you to change your language, everybody is on English. For you to change your language, you must have watched that language, one of the same button meetings. You watch the language, and then you can go back now and begin to work on that language. Fletcher has been asked to go over to the Tagalog Bitcoin contest, Mbederic to the French, and then the English is now open. It's Adiche that is there, and all of us are up and coming. We are supposed to compete and win in that same button group. So that is the situation as of now. That is what admin, how he has organized it. But he has warned that he has done this splitting into three to allow more people to win. But if he sees that there is no progress, if there is no increase in the competition, he will then cancel it, which is normal, because now that it's trained, it doesn't mean that we should all go to sleep and we think with 10 or 20 we win the Bitcoin contest. No, you must come to that 3 digits, as Mbe and the Fletcher and the Dr. Adichie have done, so that we all should be working fast to get to our 1 billion members in by November 30th. Yeah, this same body meeting. Why have I been missing it? Huh? Ladies and gentlemen, now this is the same body meeting. It's a cracker. This is the same body meeting. If you see the figures that these guys were bringing in, my oh my, you know that they are really consistent and they are working hard, because you don't get anything from doing nothing. Fletcher came first. Fletcher came first with how many? I think it was over 600. Became second with 500 and something, and then Dr. Adichie Puma Victor Adichie came third. So, my dear brothers, you can see. Now, I want to go quickly to read to you the last place where admin was commenting on that is this. I am pleased to announce that we will be adding 2 more Bitcoin contests. So far, we have only had in English Bitcoin contest. So this week, we will add language to the profile page in the KCPO. Next week, we will add a Tagalog and French Bitcoin contest. Our programmers will have a lot of work to do this week to get it all up. So that means we will have 3 separate Bitcoin contests with 9 winners each week. But let me make one thing very clear. This expansion of Bitcoin contests requires the TBC community to grow bigger every week, or I will have to discontinue the contest. With growth comes rewards. Yes, with only hard work you get rewards. You don't get a reward for doing nothing. All full-timers will be set at English language as default. In order to change that, you will have to have watched the most recent same button meeting in that language and then make the language change in the profile page of your KCBO. I insist that as Fletcher move over to the Tagalog language and Mbederik moves over to the French language Bitcoin contest. So to give more members a chance to win first and second places in the English Bitcoin contest starting next weekend. Just watch out for Adi Chechuma, Victor, who really likes to win first place. Yes, that's what I said. We'll watch out for him, and everybody is at liberty to compete. It's a very healthy competition because it will drive us quickly to our destination. So there is nothing wrong with it. It's very, very healthy, and admin is encouraging all of us to go all out and do what we have to do. Let me stop sharing now and go towards the end now. Stop sharing. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you watch me, you will see that I have prepared two flyers now. These are the flyers that I will use in storming Lagos. You can see this one. You can see it. I hope it's clear. Yes. And this one is another one. So I am going to print thousands of them and I will storm Lagos with it. I will recruit some workers. I will get some bed dog, as Mbe calls them, at Fletcher, pay them and let them go all out. It is now or never. We must get to our 1 billion members. It is our responsibility. It is a task we owe to our conscience and our God to accomplish for generations unborn and for our own children. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. See you again. Bye for now. Bye for now.